noise! Hey, welcome to the 2020 Truth and Rhythm Year in Review. Thank you for joining this program where we're going to have some fun. It was a heck of a year, very challenging and tragic in a lot of ways, but we made it through, and thank God for that. And let's look forward to a better 2021. So what's on tap for this annual Truth and Rhythm special is we'll take a look at happenings and updates regarding the show, regarding myself, and also the music business. We'll look at some facts and figures for Truth and Rhythm. We'll go through some episode highlights. We'll reveal 2020's top 10 shows. We'll also review the top 25 album picks for the year by yours truly. We'll take a look ahead to 2021. We'll have a preview of upcoming shows. And we'll have some videos as special guests give their holiday best wishes to the Truth and Rhythm audience. So once again, I am Scott Dr. Jakes Goldfine, musicologist and author of Everything's on the One, The First Guide to Funk. If you don't have your copy, be sure you get to Amazon and pick one up. You'll be glad you did. And, for those of you who don't know, it explains in the book and you can find information elsewhere, but just real quick, my lifelong love of music, and especially funk music, goes back to my young teen years, and I've been loyal to it ever since, on a crusade to legitimize the genre in the eyes of the mass public, and just to do whatever I can to preserve the legacy of these great musicians and artists who have meant so much to me in my life. And I saw some of them were kind of fading away or leaving us, a lot of them far too young, and it was barely a ripple out there. So I want to make sure that people know who they are, respect them, respect the genre, and give it its due. And part of that is moving to a place where people like the Ohio Players and so many others that are not recognized by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame will eventually be enshrined as they so deserving to be. My background is very varied in the industry, from working for record companies, doing PR and promotion, longtime disc jockey, mobile disc jockeying company, and also working in various clubs in Los Angeles where I grew up, and rubbed elbows with some of the rich and famous out there when I did that. Also was a music critic for a long time, an entertainment writer, did some music magazines, Black Radio Exclusive, Inside Music and Video, and did a TV show in the late 80s, early 90s that reviewed albums. So all kinds of things tied to music, and I'm the one that oversees the funkinstuff.net website. So make sure you check that out if you haven't already. So where do you find Truth and Rhythm? Well, I'm sure you're probably aware, but its primary home is at funkinstuff.net. It's also on YouTube, and it's also found on some other video providers like Vimeo and Daily Motion and things like that. And the audio-only podcast version is available from all leading providers, including Spotify and Apple and Google, and every place pretty much. It's also syndicated on Cleveland radio station WHTL, The Land, and various websites also carry it. So it's all over the place. Exciting news from the past year was that Truth and Rhythm was officially registered as a U.S. trademark. And so, Funkin' Stuff is, of course, an official business, but Truth and Rhythm is now a registered trademark. And so that's pretty cool. To subscribe, if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Please do so. You can subscribe at YouTube. Tell friends, tell family, get them to subscribe. The numbers have been going up steadily, and it's great to build that community. And you know what? The more people we have as part of this Truth and Rhythm army, if you will, the more it legitimizes the music and the genre and the artists. And, the more it convinces guests that we might want to have on this program to participate, because the numbers show them that there's a tremendous interest level. And very exciting news is something that was recently added, and that's a Patreon program to have members for Truth and Rhythm. And this has lots of extra benefits and offerings, and I encourage you to please become a Patreon member. The Patreon program has 3 levels. There's Truth Believer, Truth Seeker, and Truth Crusader. And the basic one starts at only $3 per month. Truth Seeker is $5 per month, and Truth Crusader, the top level, is $15 per month. Go to Patreon /Truth and Rhythm to get all the information. But just to give you an idea of what there's in store for those that do subscribe, support at the basic Truth Believer level helps keep Truth and Rhythm afloat as an ongoing enterprise with regular weekly broadcasts, other initiatives, and ongoing improvements and enhancements. For that, you will receive a special badge to proudly display where you wish, receive patron-only updates, and be mentioned during a Truth and Rhythm episode. Even more importantly, you'll be helping keep funk, soul, and jazz music and its artists alive for fellow fans and future generations. At the next level, Truth Seeker, which is $5 a month, you receive everything featured in the base Believer level, plus exclusive bonus interview questions and answers from show guests. In addition, you'll be invited to participate in an exclusive monthly live chat session to interact directly with Truth and Rhythm's host, yours truly, and other music lovers to share and provide input on the show. At the ultimate Truth Crusader level, which is $15 a month, you'll get everything featured in the intermediate Seeker level, plus exclusive early access to uncut, ad-free videotape Truth and Rhythm interviews, typically several weeks prior to their world premieres. Also included will be access to the complete archive of uncut ad-free episodes. To those who subscribe at the Crusader level for at least 3 months, they'll receive a copy of the book Everything is on the One, The First Guide of Funk, which is a $19.99 value plus shipping. Finally, those who subscribe for 1 year at this level, the Crusader level, will have their choice of a merchandise item from the Funkin' Stuff Funky Things store, up to a $45 value. So, as you can see, there's lots to be gained from being a member of Truth and Rhythm through Patreon. Please do so, even if it's at the very basic $3 level. And if you don't want to be a member, donations are encouraged and accepted, of course not required, but much appreciated through the funkinstuff.net website. There's a donate area on the right-hand side of every page. A special Patreon thanks out to Rudy Robinson, our very first Crusader level patron. He jumped on the program right out of the gate, and we hope he'll be a long-time subscriber and member to Truth and Rhythm. Thank you, Rudy. The fact is that coordinating, administrating, producing, and distributing a meaningful program like Truth and Rhythm entails many hours of dedication, time, and hard work, which I don't mind because it's a passion of mine. But still, there's realities to it. And so, besides all of that, there's just several costs that are necessary to keep the show running and on the air, including general business, marketing, and production costs, as well as monthly or annual website hosting, podcast hosting, cloud storage, and other expenses. And it adds up. So your help is so much appreciated. And you know what? Most of this money is reinvested back in the product, back in the show. And a lot of that's evident if you look at how the show has evolved. Just in the past year alone, 2020, many improvements were made. New software was deployed for production of the program. You'll notice that there's just a lot more production value to it. And I hope that you're really enjoying those extra features. The entire funkinstuff.net site was moved to a new server. It's faster now and more user-friendly. but it's also a secure site now, which it never was before. So it's got a security certificate, and it's much better now. Sequences to the show have been redone. The opening and closings have been redone. More effects added. A second camera was added. There's that camera right there. That wasn't there earlier in 2020. So really trying to up the game here, and we'll continue to do so. And the more professional and polished that the show looks, the more likely it is to help attract some of those high-level A-list guests that you really want to see and that I really want to be able to bring to you. So, I appreciate so much anything you can donate to help the program. And, thanks so much out to Pleasure for providing the opening and closing music for Truth and Rhythm. That began earlier this year, and it's a great addition to the shows. So thank you so much for continuing to support Truth and Rhythm and funkinstuff.net. Some people will ask, what do they see behind me during the show? And so I'm at this camera now. So if you look back there, there's some record awards. And, the platinum one is for Prince Parade. And these are official record awards, not replicas. And you can tell that one's original because it has a cassette tape also. And then the other two, the big gold one is for my all-time favorite album, Mothership Connection, Parliament. And the single is for Tear the Roof Off the Sucker by Parliament off that same album. And then everything you see, the framed records and the pictures and all of that, they're all signed by the artists like The Time and the Ohio Players with Sugarfoot and Funkadelic with George Clinton. On the bottom, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Ronald Isley, Cameo, and over on the side where you can't see, there's Bernie Worrell and Gil Scott-Heron and the Isley Brothers and Graham Central Station. And if I switch to this camera, you can see over in that corner, there's George Clinton and Atomic Dog. Pictures above that of me with Bootsy and George Clinton. And back there, there's some books, music books. And then on the wall over there is sports stuff. So I'm a lifelong Dallas Cowboys fan, and this was a rough year. And also Pittsburgh Pirates, which has been a rough couple of decades. And but I'm also a Lakers fan, and so this was truly a great year to be a Lakers fan. And some people accuse me of bandwagoning, but that's not the case. I was born in Los Angeles, lived most of my life there, and that's the one local team that I gravitated towards, and I've always been a Lakers fan. And if you go back and look at the early shows of Truth and Rhythm from 2017, I'm wearing the same hat, and they were not very good then. So just because they won the title this year does not mean I jumped on the bandwagon. But I bleed Laker purple, and so glad that they won it and got back to glory again this year. So always represent the Lakers. 2020, was such a challenging year, as I said, for so many, and we lost a lot of great people and even fans of friends and family this year. And my most heartfelt sympathies go out to anyone out there who had a loved one suffer from this horrible pandemic this year. And just thoughts and prayers for you and your families going through this hard time. Anyone who lost their job, musicians not being able to perform, and those who support musicians not being able to help them perform. Just so much, heartfelt best wishes for you moving forward. And, I feel so fortunate for, my 2020 compared to so many people that I've been able to, stay working and stay, knock on wood, healthy, and my family. And it's been tough being cooped up. I usually travel at least once a month, and that hasn't happened since last February. And so that's been weird. But otherwise, I've used this time, some of you have noticed, to buckle down with my own health to try to be as strong as possible for whatever may come. And so, I cut back on my eating and got more active again. And so I've lost over 60 pounds during 2020 and feeling pretty good about that. And some of you have noticed and you've commented that I look a little slimmer in these Truth and Rhythm shows. So thank you for that. One of the biggest challenges I had from a health or physical standpoint during 2020 was getting out there to exercise and bicycling, and actually had an accident on one of those trips where I hit the pavement and ended up getting pretty banged up, included a broken rib. And so I was sidelined for several weeks with that, and I missed a couple of shows. Did not miss any weeks of the shows because I had enough in the can where I could keep it going. But that definitely was challenging, and so overcame that. I'm thankful that I got over that, as I have, feeling much better now, in case you're wondering. So it was an election year, the Black Lives Matter this year, just an amazing, crazy year, all time for the history books. And, I did, the last concert I was able to go to in 2020 was Freak Bass in Charlotte, North Carolina. And that was a fun show. But a lot of times necessity is the mother of innovation. It's been really remarkable and encouraging to see how people being kind of locked down during the pandemic has led to a lot of creative uses of social media. And thank goodness we've had the technology now to be able to still communicate with each other and actually see each other through video chats and all that during this time. And so many musicians have embraced that and performed, through social media, video chats, and things like that. And so thank you so much to all of them for sharing their gift with us during this hard times. And some in particular that I really enjoyed were Chaka Khan. She did a show not long ago, and man, she sounded and looked great. And Bob James, right early on during the pandemic, he was, performing from his living room on his keyboard and his piano and just sharing music with people. Living Color did a great live show. Slapback's been throwing things up on YouTube and elsewhere. Trulia Disgracious did a really cool show with cool effects. And, as it's gone along, we've seen how the production values have improved and people have gotten better at it. And so I think moving forward, we're going to be the beneficiaries of that, and that, eventually they'll return to live performance, hopefully before 2021 is over. But there'll also be all these new platforms and vehicles to share and provide music. Dumpster Funk, Stan & More, Freak Bass. Freak Bass is one of those guys that also has done, some chats and some live shows, and we've seen a lot of artists doing that too. Stanley Clarke created his own YouTube show. Sheila E's done that. So many have. Garrett Shider launched his own podcast. Marcus Miller launched a live performance show. Bootsy did a big birthday bash premiere of his new album. Ronnie Laws and Tom Brown did a concert. Lenny Williams, Confunction, In Vogue did one this month in December. So, some of them have been a bit overpriced, but when they're priced right, which I think really is in the $10 to $15 range in general. Certainly, once you get above $15, it's starting to get questionable if people are going to pay that for just a video experience. But the Chaka Khan thing was so great because she did it right in her house, in her living room, and you felt like you were either there with her, she was in your living room, and that kind of intimacy was very, very cool. So I look forward to more of that. Also enjoyed a lot of the online radio programs during the year. They help keep me going, and there's a lot of funk radio out there. For those of you who don't know, you need to check it out on Spreaker.com and also pfunkradio.com. People like Ricky Vincent, well, he's been doing the history of funk forever, but that's also on the internet now, not just on the radio on Friday nights. And Gabe Gonzalez, known as Gonzilla, who's been on the show, he does a great show on Wednesday nights on P-Funk Radio. And Larry Funkster Jones, he does Saturday nights on P-Funk Radio. Phil Colley, he does Sunday nights now, and also Tuesday nights. Uncut Funk, Don't Miss Phil. Also Robin Austin Denton doing her show, The Circle of P, on Sunday mornings. And there's others too. I'm sorry if I'm leaving anyone out, but you can pretty much get a great funk radio show live online now just about every day of the week, or probably every day of the week, sometimes multiple times per day. Also Modern Retro Radio, great radio station online, and they actually sponsored a giveaway of Everything's on the One book giveaway that was part of the Janetta Warren episode, and also the Mark Brown episode that just aired last week. Thank you to them for supporting the show and for giving away books to viewers. I don't know if it's all a good thing. Everyone came out of the woodwork with their own podcast during 2020. And so as someone who was there for several years doing it with Truth and Rhythm, it added some competition. Competition's, usually not a bad thing, but also added some noise out there. And so hopefully the dust will settle once things return to more normal in 2021, and it'll work itself out. I'll be there regardless, but really interesting to see, what developed. But, like I said, competition makes you stronger. And because of that, I added more features to Truth and Rhythm and try to step up my game always. So as I mentioned, 2020 was a phenomenal year for Truth and Rhythm. And thank you so much to all of you for being loyal viewers, for subscribing, for signing up as a member with Patreon, for spreading the word, for liking, for sharing, for offering comments, for emailing me, for everything. And most of all, for supporting this great music and the artists that make it. Some of the facts and figures from the year that I'd like to share with you: 51 Truth and Rhythm shows were produced and posted for 2020. That was more than 85 hours of programming. During the year, the show gained almost 2,000 more subscribers. About 150 a month came on board. And 80% of the viewership is by non-subscribers. So that gives you an idea of how much audience there is beyond the core hardcore. But would love to see more than 80% to subscribe, so please do so. The show had 250,000 views during 2020. 50,000 hours or 3 million minutes of Truth and Rhythm programming was consumed during 2020. That does not even include off of YouTube at those other places, or the podcasts, or any of that other stuff. During the year, there was over 6,500 likes, over 2,000 comments, and the funkinstuff.net website more than doubled its traffic in 2020. So incredible growth during 2020. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much. And let's keep it going. Be even bigger and stronger during 2021. Right now I'm going to do a little bit of a roll call for those shows, 51 of them that were recorded and posted and produced for 2020. You'll see them all on the crawl. I'm not going to name them all, but so much goes into a lot of these shows behind the scenes. You have no idea. I'm sure you can probably guess, and I won't give you all the gory details. But there's hits and misses, and schedulings and reschedulings, and technical challenges, and phone tags, and just the whole deal of getting it done. So what you finally see, often there's a lot behind it. But I just want to call out right now some of the shows that just really were very special for me. I mean, they're all special. I appreciate every and each one of them, and every one of them has a special something to it. But just in the consideration of time, I'm just going to mention a few highlights right now, and that would be show 124, which was Wanda Hutchinson of The Emotions. She was such a delight, and she even did some singing on the show. Episodes 126 and 127 was 4 parts with Alan Leeds, the former manager for James Brown and Prince. What an incredible life he's led, and So great that he was so generous with his time and stories. Episodes 129 and 130 was the brother of Rick James, Leroy Johnson, who was Rick's manager, and he also did 4 parts, and very in-depth and incredible with all that he shared. Episode 142 was Wayne Vaughn, Wanda Hutchinson's husband, longtime husband, and he's a guy who played keyboards with the Brothers Johnson, with the Emotions, with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and so, I mean, he had some great stories to share being with those seminal acts, and I was especially delighted to get some Brothers Johnson stuff because haven't really been able to feature them on the show before. Episode 145 was a great guy, really fun, and Marlon McLean, guitar player, played with Pleasure, Shock, the Daz Band, great to have him on. Jerry Harrison of the Talking Heads, really had wanted to have them featured for a long time, and so that was really a treat to have him on. And these all came in a row, actually, in a condensed period. 147 episode was Rhonda Smith, the bass player with Prince, and also Jeff Beck. And then right after that was just such a hero of mine, Billy Beck of the Ohio Players, the guy that sang and played keys and wrote and just really arranged and put together so much of that great Mercury Records era of the Ohio Players. Episode 151 was one of the most controversial and wild episodes ever done, which was Don Tiger Martin, who was a drummer with James Brown, Bootsy, and the Spinners. And man, did he tell it like it is. If you haven't seen that, highly entertaining. Take some of what he says maybe with a grain of salt, or maybe not, but he was wild and a lot of fun. Episode 165, it was so good to have Janetta Warren on the show because we really wanted to tell the Zap story, and so far haven't been able to have the Troutmans on, but she was the first lady of Zap, and she really laid it down, so really appreciated that. So again, thank you to everyone who was a guest on Truth and Rhythm this year. And hey, let me know what show you like the best. You know, I'd love to know. Drop me an email, and let's find out which one you like best and tell me why. And now it's time for the top 10 most highly viewed Truth and Rhythm episodes of 2020. Coming in at number 10, Gail Chapman, Part 1, the former Prince keyboard player. Number 9, Wanda Hutchinson from The Emotions, Part 2 of that one. Coming in at number 8, Emilio Castillo of Tower of Power, Part 1. Number 7, most viewed Truth and Rhythm episode of 2020, Lisa Coleman, Part 3. Lisa Coleman of Prince and the Revolution, of course. Number 6 was drummer extraordinaire Dennis Chambers, ex-P-Funk player and famous jazz drummer. Part 1 of that. Number 5 was Matt Fink, another Prince associate and member of the Revolution, Part 1. Coming in at number 4 of the Truth and Rhythm episodes of 2020, most highly watched. At number 4, Sky, Part 1. Number 3, Lisa Coleman again, Part 1. And number 2, Lisa Coleman again, Part 2. Interesting that Part 2 is more viewed than Part 1. And the number 1 most highly viewed Truth and Rhythm episode of 2020, drum roll, need Dennis Chambers to do that drum roll, Wanda Hutchinson, Part 1. Congratulations to her. It's a great episode. If you can watch it, if you haven't seen it yet, she even sings a little bit on that episode. I'm not sure which part, but she does a little singing. Her daughter comes on. It's a lot of fun, so check it out. Congratulations to all those guests that were part of the top 10 for 2020. And now the top 25 albums of the year for 2020 as picked by yours truly. Now these are mostly in alphabetical order, so not order of preference. But here we go. Steve Arrington, Down to the Lowest Terms, the Soul Sessions. So good to have Steve Arrington back again after a long hiatus. Next, Danny Bedrosian and Secret Army, Exaltation. That just came out in December and made the cut. Great return to some pure funk for the P-Funk associate Danny Bedrosian. Next, Cindy Blackman Santana, that is, Carlos Santana's wife, of course, and Give the Drummer Some. Next, we have Trezay Clinton. That's the third generation of George Clinton's kin. And Trezombipulation, which is, of course, a play on Parliament's 1980 record, Trombipulation. Next up, we have Bootsy Collins, The Power of the One. A lot of good guests on that one, and really a tour de force for Bootsy, once again, with an excellent output. Then we have Exiles of the Nation, Live Each Day Like It's Your Last. That's by Defiance Douglas, who is really a one-man band, and he actually put out 2 records in 2020, and give that one the slight edge. Next up, we have an EP by Freebase called Chromaria, and he was on the list for a full album in 2019. This year's EP makes the cut also. Then we have FSQ, Reprise Tonight, which is Charlie Fishman, and he has some P-Funk alumni gathered together for that, and also people like Nona Hendrix. Check it out. Chris Jasper, the Isley Brothers keyboard composer, singer, and For the Love of You. Next up, we have Jelly Bean Johnson with Get Experience. That's actually his debut album by the Time drummer, who turns out is a phenomenal guitar player. So don't miss that one. Next up, we have Mandrill, Back in Town. That seminal funk band, after a long hiatus, back again. A lot of new members, but still with a couple of the Wilson brothers leading it up. Then we have Lonnie Marshall, another mostly one-man band with Cosmic Relief, Groove Healing, and Verbal Remedies. Next up, another EP, Marlon McClain, the guitar player extraordinaire with Funky Fridays Volume 1. That is an EP. Next up, we have Mofo Rising, album of the same name, which is an instrumental album by Kurt Surley, the guy who is really behind Jagoff. This record is really cool, so don't miss that. Then we have the veteran sax player, my favorite sax player of all time, Maceo Parker, came back with Soul Food, Cooking with Maceo. Next up is PTFI, or Phil the Funky Instrumentalist, with The Future Is Now. Came out early in 2020. His previous one was called The Final Chapter. So glad that didn't turn out to be the case. Keep them coming, PTFI. Love it. Public Enemy, another group, came back, veteran rap group with What You Gonna Do When the Grid Goes Down. You got George Clinton on there, among other cool people like Cypress Hill. Garrett Shider came back with another gem of an album called Pandemic, and so timely also. Love what Garrett does. Then we have Slapback, The Duty to Funk Volume 1. Jarrah Harris's band, mostly a one-man band, but another great album from him and them. Then a group called the Smudge All-Stars, and that's also called the Smudge All-Stars. And this is a group of guys that includes guests like Lee Scratch Perry, George Clinton's on a number of cuts. I think Maceo's on there. Fred might be on there, all kinds of people. I don't actually have the credits because it was a download. But it's, the best non-P-Funk, P-Funk-ish release probably this year. Also, the great horn-based band Tower of Power, still at it with Step Up. This was their second comeback album of the past couple of years, and another excellent slice of vintage-sounding, horn-driven soul. Tower of Power. And next up, a change of pace, a curveball, but another band back after a long hiatus on the rock side, and that's AC/DC with Power Up. Then we have the incredible reissue, Deluxe Edition Super Deluxe from Prince, Sign of the Times, 8-disc set, 3 discs of outtakes and unreleased material. You can't miss that incredible collection. Another reissue of something that really was never out in this form before, and that's the Jimi Hendrix Experience live in Maui. And another reissue, AWB, Average White Band, On the Strip, The Sunset Sessions, which includes some stuff released before, in the early 80s, and then other stuff that never saw the light of day. And that's it. That's the top 25 right there. So did I miss something? Do you agree? Do you not agree? Let me know. Bring it on. I want to know what else maybe I missed, because I want to hear it too. Congratulations to all those artists that made the top 25 this year. And most of them have been on Truth and Rhythm. So there you go. I also want to mention, before I leave the top 25 topic, a few releases that were out in 2019, but I neglected to mention them last year. So honorable mention a year late is Star Colors with Living Galaxy, Funkanauts, Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth, the new Master Sounds, Shake It, and a group called Solid Bronze. The album's called The Fruit Basket. Check that one out. Thank you. So as we look ahead to 2021, some of the things I'm wishing for or looking forward to is, of course, a lifting of the pandemic with the vaccines, getting back to some live music. Also, us and musicians and everything music related being the beneficiaries of creativity and productivity during this lockdown period. I think while it's been going on, it's given a lot of musicians a chance to, experiment and try new things and write new music. And I think we're going to see, hopefully, a little bit of an explosion or boom out of this of creativity. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that fleshes itself out. There's new platforms now. I talked about a little bit, but sharing of live music and the process now is more formalized and more developed, of getting music and performance out there to people through different video mediums and other ways online. Let's have more funk in general during 2021. There's a lot of good funk in 2020, but let's keep it going and raise it to new levels. Keep innovating, Wish everyone having good health for 2021 and much fewer people lost in 2021. Looking for some new young talent, people that carry the funk, soul, jazz torch. Looking for some incredible new talent to emerge that doesn't take shortcuts, really knows the craft. That's what I'm looking for. I'm hoping that more funk acts and musicians will come to the Carolinas. I know back in the day, the Carolinas were one of the main stomping grounds for funk bands, but it seems like that's faded away some, and we need to rekindle that. Looking for more reunions, stop the madness of all these great classic bands splintering into different factions and, having the original such and such versus so and so and lawsuits and all this acrimony. It's just, not becoming of the music itself and what it's all about. So hoping that we see less of that and more people just getting back together and making beautiful music together. Need more P-Funk in 2021. Was a little surprised that George Clinton didn't release anything during the pandemic in 2020. And I know that there's a lot of stuff in the can, and looking forward to hearing that. Also, a full-fledged P-Funk documentary or movie. Man, bring that on. That would be great to see. More music from Prince's vault and a Prince documentary or movie done right. I'd like to see that in 2021. Also a milestone for me, the big 6-0 later in January. So yes, a new decade begins for myself. And just thankful, of how I feel and where I'm at right now. So no slowdown. It's just a number. And I can't believe it. Definitely don't feel like it. Still feel like a kid in many ways. So, during 2021, Truth and Rhythm is going to surpass 200 shows around the middle of the year. So how about that? Pretty amazing. So, I get requests every once in a while from people, viewers who would like to see certain guests on the show, and I encourage and welcome that. Usually, though, it's people that I've already been after. Sometimes it's people I haven't thought of, though. So, bring them on. It really makes that worthwhile. But I want to let you know who I have been after, and also let this serve as a bit of a call out to those musicians and artists that, hey, Truth and Rhythm wants you. Scott Dr. GX Goldfine wants you. So come on. People want to hear what you have to say on Truth and Rhythm. And that list is Patrice Rushen, Ray Parker Jr., any original members of Rolls Royce, Bobby Z from Prince and the Revolution, Steve Ferroni, the Average White Band drummer, Ellen Gorey of Average White Band, Kool and the Gang's drummer George Brown, bass player from the Bar-Kays James Alexander, Blackbird McKnight from Parliament Funkadelic. From the Ohio Players, I'd like to get Marvin Pierce and Chet Willis on here. Great bass player Michael Henderson. Want to tell the Rufus story, haven't had those guys on yet. So calling out to Tony Maiden, Bobby Watson, Hawk Walensky. I'm forgetting one or two guys, but any of those guys would be great to have on the show. So if you also have a contact or a way to get in touch with any of these people, please let me know. Members of Galactic, would like to have Galactic on. Morris Day, and in that vein, Jesse Johnson, Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam. So I've had a couple of guys from the time on the show, but would like to actually end up having all of the original guys on. Candy Dulfer, the saxophone player who played with Prince. Maceo Parker, been after him for a long time. Stanley Clark, after him for quite a while. Styx Hooper, the last remaining member of the Crusaders, the drummer. Questlove, would like to have him on just to talk funk and his career. Levi Ruffin from the Stone City Band with Rick James. Greg Jackson from Zapp. The ladies of In Vogue. Members of Ready for the World. Members of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Les Claypool, the bass player from Primus. Guitar player extraordinaire, one of my favorites, still with us, Eric Gales. Drummer James Gatson. Keyboardist Bob James. Michael Cooper of Confunction. Bass player extraordinaire Marcus Miller. Ricky Vincent, author and musicologist as well, and does the funk show History of the Funk. I'd like to get him on. I think I will pretty soon. Teddy Riley, producer extraordinaire of the New Jack Swing. Disc jockey personalities Tom Joyner and Donnie Simpson. From Lakeside, I'd like to have Steve Shockley on. Members of Shalimar, like Howard Hewitt and Jody Watley. Bootsy, got to get Bootsy on here. Rick Wilson from Mandrill. Mavis Staples, one of my all-time favorites. Randy Crawford, another great singer. Members of Run DMC, members of the Beastie Boys, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, guys from Digital Underground, Starpoint, members from that band. Looking for anyone that worked with BT Express. There's not many of them still around, but hoping to find someone who can tell that BT Express story. And Randy Muller from Brass Construction is one of those guys, hoping to have him on. Other guys from Cameo, including Larry Blackman and some of the other guys, hoping to have them on. From Sly and the Family Stone, Jerry Martini and Freddie Stone. Sheila E., Taka Boom, Chaka Khan's sister. Original members of the Mary Jane Girls. David Lee Spradley, who worked on Atomic Dog and other P-Funk. Members of The Deal, members of Ebony Webb. Ted Courier, who worked on the Computer Games album, and Sly Fox. Speaking of Sly Fox, Mudbone Cooper, P-Funk, Bootsy, great. Want to have him on. Leon Silvers, producer extraordinaire. Harvey Mason, legendary drummer. Keyboardist Jeff Lorber, saxophonist Tom Scott. Former Prince bass player Andre Simone. George Johnson of the Brothers Johnson. George Clinton himself. Members of Tony. Verdeem White and Ralph Johnson of Earth, Wind & Fire. Bass legend Larry Graham. Wendy Melvoin of The Revolution. Donna and Hannah from Third Eye Girl. Kat Dyson, who used to play guitar with Prince. Chris Franz of the Talking Heads. Nona Hendrix, great singer. Amp Fiddler, who played with P-Funk. Nathan Watts, great bass player. Michael Bland, drummer with Prince. Members of the band Shotgun. Frankie Beverly from Maze. Jeffrey Osborne from LTD. Ronald Isley. Charlie Wilson of the Gap Band. Eddie Levert. O'Brien. John Schofield, the guitar player. Also Larry Carlton, the guitar player. George Benson, the guitar player. Now Rogers, the guitar player producer. Members of the SOS Band. Last Temptation, Otis Williams. Members of Houdini, Paul Hardcastle. Jazzy B of Soul to Soul. Members of the Brand New Heavies. Harry Wayne Casey, otherwise known as Casey from Casey and the Sunshine Band. Other members of the Commodores: Melly Mel, rapper, Grandmaster Flash, Donnie Sterling of Kiddo, Don Silva of the Brides of Funkenstein, Jerome Braley from Parliament, and then these are some of my just, dreams that would be amazing to have on, but Stevie Wonder, Chaka Khan, Herbie Hancock, and Sly Stone. Whew. How's that for a hit list? So if you can do anything to help me out, do so. If you're any of those people I named, give me an email, give me a call. Let's get you on here, man. People want to get your story on Truth and Rhythm. All right, so now that I've named the hit list and my wish list for Truth and Rhythm, let me tell you what's coming up in the first part of 2021 to look forward to. First up is Earl Young, great drummer, legendary drummer from Philadelphia, and also the leader of the Tramps. We have Byron Miller, incredible bass player who laid the Reach For It bass solo down with George Duke and played on a lot of George Duke albums, and also with Luther Vandross and all kinds of great people. We have Emmanuel Johnson, the lead singer of Enchantment, coming up. Also Harry Williams and Charles McCormick, original singers of the legendary vocal band Bloodstone. Then we have Alan Evans, the drummer of Soul Live, Keith LeBlanc of Tackhead and the Sugar Hill Gang, phenomenal drummer. Bernard Fowler, incredible vocalist from the Rolling Stones, Herbie Hancock, Tackhead, all kinds of folks. And then Arthur B. Brown, the keyboard player singer from Kiddo, P-Funk proteges Kiddo. And also coming up soon is Roncat Spearman, another big-time P-Funker and great talented multi-instrumentalist. And Doug Wimbush, legendary bass player from Living Colour and so many other bands and musicians and groups. So look forward to those coming up in 2021 and don't miss them. As we get ready to wind this down, I'll remind you again, the book, Everything's on the One, The First Guide to Funk. Get your copy. If you don't have one already, you know where to get it. Amazon. Sign up, be a member at Patreon, or donate at funkinstuff.net. There's merchandise available there. Very cool stuff. Wear funkinstuff.net or Truth and Rhythm merch. And buy, anything you need to buy through the Amazon links on funkinstuff.net. We get a little percentage of that. Every little bit helps. And reach out to me. Email me anytime and let me know what's on your mind, what you're thinking about musically, what you'd like to see on Truth and Rhythm or on funkinstuff.net, or just to rap, feel free. Happens a lot, and I've made a lot of new friends, and I really appreciate that. And so right now, as I promised, we're going to have some special greetings from former Truth and Rhythm guests. Have a little something to say to y'all. So here it goes.
I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hey, this is Bernadette Cooper. You know that chick from Climax. I want to wish everyone at Truth and Rhythm a very, very, very happy new year. And to all the viewers, be safe, stay cool, stay funky. I'll see you in 2021. God bless.
Hi, this is trombonist Greg Boyer, and I want to wish Truth and Rhythm and all its viewers a happy and healthy new year. Be safe out there, and remember, be funky, be very funky.
Hey, this is Marlon McClain, wishing all you guys a very happy new year. Peace and love. Truth and Rhythm.
Hey, Truth and Rhythm fans, this is P-Funk's own Danny Bedrosian. Hope you guys are having a happy holidays wherever you are, and hope that you're safe and merry and funky. Much love.
Hi, this is Evelyn Champagne King. I would like to wish Truth and Rhythm and all its viewers a happy, healthy, prosperous new year. Don't forget it's the holidays, so I want to see you again. So be safe out there. I love you, God bless you, and don't forget to keep it real, funky, real funky. Truth and Rhythm. God bless.
Hello, this is Harold Ray Brown, one of the founding members of that group, War. Now the Lowrider Band. Guess what? We want to wish everybody a happy new year, especially all of our friends, fans, and homies at Truth and Rhythms. You too, Scott. Stay blessed. Remember, let's smile again. Showtime! 2021.
Hello, everyone. It's Dexter Wansell. Hope you had a blessed holiday, and I hope you have a wonderful new year. Happy New Year, everybody.
Hey everyone, it's Freak Bass, and I want to wish Truth and Rhythm and all its viewers a very happy and very healthy new year. Be safe out there, and remember to always keep it funky and on the one. Y'all take care and have an amazing 2021.
Hi there. This is Frank Richard, aka Frankie J of Chocolate Milk, lead vocalist right here from New Orleans. Want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we want you to be very safe. We want you to take care, and remember to keep it funky, keep it funky, keep it funky good, keep it funky, and may God bless.
Hi, this is Gary Granger from the group Pockets and Granger. I'd like to wish Truth and Rhythm a happy and healthy new year. Be safe out there, and always remember to keep it funky real and real funky. God bless.
Hi, I'm Janetta Boyce Warren, and I'm formerly of the group ZAP. I would like to wish the Truth and Rhythm family and its viewers a very happy and safe new year. And remember to keep it funky. I mean real funky. God bless you all.
Hi, this is Jerry from Fatback. I'm just a kid from the Bronx, and I want to wish Truth and Rhythm and all of its viewers a healthy and happy new year. Let's be like Zorro, like the Lone Ranger, and mask up. Be safe out there, y'all. And remember to be real, be funky, be real funky with Truth and Rhythm in 2021. Peace.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Bow-Legged Lil Full Force, and I just want to wish everybody in Truth and Rhythm, all the viewers, the listeners, the supporters, I want to wish you guys a happy new year. Stay blessed. So 2021, let's get it done. Or else I'm going to kick your freaking ass.
Hi, I'm Kim Yancey, drummer and songwriter for the group Sun. What a year this has been. I'm just thankful for Truth and Rhythm, giving us something to funk about. I'm sending best wishes to Truth and Rhythm and all its viewers with hopes for a happy and healthy new year. And of course, don't forget, Sun is here.
Hi, this is Mick Grudge from Brass Construction, wishing Truth and Rhythm and all its viewers a happy new year. God bless. Stay safe. Keep funking. Yes, keep funking. And Brass Construction will see you soon. So have a fantastic and prosperous new year. Take care.
Season's greetings to Scott Goldfine and the Truth and Rhythm music lovers from Rock and Rick. Peace and love vibrations to all nations. Happy New Year 2021. And this is Rubber Horn, and I'm out of here.
Hi, this is Kurt Jones, formerly of Slave, Aura, and Deja. Just want to take the time out to wish Truth and Rhythm and all your viewers a healthy and happy new year. Let's stay safe. Let's try to keep it funky.
Hi everyone, it's trumpeter Randy Brecker here, and I want to wish Truth and Rhythm and all its viewers a happy and healthy new year. Be safe out there, and remember to keep it funky. Always funky.
Hey, this is Big Dave.
And Al Hudson.
From the band One Way. We'd like to wish Truth and Rhythm and all of its viewers a healthy and happy new year.
Be safe out there, and remember to always keep it funky. Real and real funky. God bless.
Bye.
What's up, y'all? This is Rodney C. Curtis. I want to take a minute to say to wish everybody at Truth and Rhythm and everybody who watches a very prosperous and safe new year. Peace.
Happy holidays, everybody. What's happening? Truth and Rhythm fans, have a blessed holiday. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, in love and peace. Happy holidays.
Hi, Arnell Carmichael on radio here. To Truth and Rhythm and all of its viewers, have a happy and healthy new year. Be safe, stay safe, and always keep it funky. Keep it funky. Happy New Year, guys.
What's happening, funky people? This is Garrett Starchild Jr. Shider of the Parliament Funkadelics. I wanted to wish the people at Funk and Stuff and all the viewers a happy, healthy new year. I want y'all to stay safe out there, keep your mask on, and I want y'all to keep it funky and have fun with the K this new year as best you can from a safe social distance. Much love and much funk, y'all.
What's up? This is Tomi Jenkins. I want to wish Truth and Rhythm and all the viewers a very happy and healthy new year. Remember, be safe out there, wear your mask, and always remember to keep it funky. Real funky. That's right. God bless y'all. Be safe out there. All right? Peace.
Hi, this is Michael Hepburn of Pleasure, wishing all Truth and Rhythm fans and Pleasure fans a very marvelous, wonderful new year. Keep it safe, keep it real, and keep it fun.
Hey, we're back. Wow, wasn't that fantastic? Thank you so much to all those past Truth and Rhythm guests who sent out those greetings. Thank you so much for doing that, guys. And I have with me another very special guest, first time on the show. It's my son, my pride and joy, Nathan.
Hi, just wanted to wish you all a happy holiday and keep on funking and just hope for a better 2021. And also to thank you all for supporting my dad here, who I'm very proud of, and I just want to thank him too for keeping the funk alive and doing all the work he does to do so.
Thanks, Nate. And with that, God bless and Happy New Year. Here's to a new year of finding truth in rhythm.